Hey, hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shannon. How you doing? Nice to meet you. I hope you're doing so very well. Today I am going to talk about some pre-orders I have for 2023. And this is a Christmas video. I don't know what day we're on. It'll either be in the title, on the screen, or in the description because I am pre-filming and to be able to get all these videos out. So future Shannon will let you know what day we are on.
She went away on Christmas Day, didn't come back till New Year.
Today I'm going to be doing 2023 pre-orders and I've tried to be a bit consistent or try to be a bit consistent. So this is going to be my pre-orders from January to June, and I've tried to pick one book for every month because I feel like I can do one new release every month. That's not that hard to keep up with in theory. I will see if I can do it. Without further ado, let's check out some books that I have pre-ordered. I'm going to make myself smaller and put me in the corner and put Goodreads up so you can see what books I'm talking about. The first book we have is set to be released the 3rd of January, and it is Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute by Talia Hibbert, and I plan on finishing the Brown Sisters trilogy this year so I can then move on to more of Talia Hibbert's work, and this sounds so cute. It says Bradley Graham is pretty much perfect. He's a star football player, manages his OCD well enough, and comes out on top in all his classes except the ones he shares with his ex-best friend Celine. Celine Bangura is conspiracy theory obsessed. Social media follows eat up her takes on everything from UFOs to holiday overconsumption, yet she's still not cool enough for the popular kids table, which is why Brad abandoned her for the in crowd years ago. At least that's how Celine sees it. These days, there's nothing between them other than petty insults and academic rivalry. So when Celine signs up for a survival course in the woods, she's surprised to find Brad right beside her. Forced to work as a team for the chance to win a grand prize, these two teens must trudge through not just mud and dirt, but their messy past. This sounds so cute. Talia Hibbert has a way of making you read her books and laugh out loud and just obsess over the cuteness, and I cannot wait to read more from this author. I would like to read some of her backlist work, and this is my pre-order for June because I just want all the cutesiness, and this sounds cute. The second book I have pre-ordered, which will be released on the 10th of January, but I ordered this on Amazon and it won't come till February. So this is going to be my February release because even though it says 10th of January on Goodreads, Amazon assured me it will be arriving on the 2nd of February. So, All the Dangerous Things by Stacey Willingham. Now, this author wrote A Flicker in the Dark. I gave it a 4.5 stars last year. I'm really excited to read more from this author and see if it is a thriller author that I will continue to read. And it sounds really interesting. So it says, 1 year ago, Isabel Drake's life changed forever. Her toddler son Mason was taken out of his crib in the middle of the night while she and her husband were asleep in the next room. With little evidence and few leads for police to chase, the case quickly went cold. However, Elizabeth cannot rest until Mason is returned to her, literally. Except for the occasional catnap or small blackout where she loses track of time, she hasn't slept in a year. Isabel's entire existence now revolves around finding him, but she knows she can't go on this way forever. In hopes of jarring loose a new witness or a buried clue, she agrees to be interviewed by a true crime podcaster, but his interest in Isabel's past makes her nervous. His incessant questioning, paired with her severe insomnia, has brought up uncomfortable memories from her own childhood, making Isabel start to doubt her recollection of the night Mason's disappearance, as well as second-guessing who she can trust, including herself. But she is determined to find out the truth no matter where it leads. Like, this looks so good. I just want to read it. Like, I am so hyped because I gave this author's debut novel a 4.5 star. I have hopes that they can replicate this. And also, I love a podcast and books. I love podcasts. I listen to true crime podcasts a lot. And having that in a thriller, or like just having that as an experience, a mystery in with the book, really like gets me. I love it as a trope. I think if it's done well, it's really good. The Night Swim by Megan Golden done it really, really good. And that was like what made me realize that I really enjoy podcasts and books. So I hope that it does it well with the podcast element, and I really hope that I enjoy this as much as I did the author's first book. The next book I have here is meant to be released on the 21st of March, and it will be my March pre-order, obviously. It is The Witch and the Vampire by Francesca Flores, and I'm a little bit hesitant because it only has a 3.57 star on Goodreads, over 187 ratings, which is not good considering it's not released yet, which sucks, and I don't know why it's got such a low rating so far. But it says that it's Ava and Kai used to be best friends until one night 2 years ago, vampires broke through the magical barrier protecting their town, and in the ensuing attack, Kay's mother was killed and Ava was turned into a vampire. Since then, Ava has been trapped in her house. Her mother, Eugenia, needs her. Ava still has her witch powers, and Eugenia must take them in order to hide that she's a vampire as well. Desperate to escape her confinement and stop her mother's plans to destroy the town, Ava must break out, flee to the forest, and seek help from the vampires who live there. When there is another attack, she sees her opportunity and escapes. Kay, now at the end of her training as a flame witch, is ready to fulfill her duty of killing any vampires that threaten the town, including Ava. This is meant to be a Rapunzel retelling, and it follows vampires and witches, and it's queer. Like, I'm down. This sounds so good. I don't know why it only has a 3.57 star, because it's not even released yet, and it sounds really good, and I don't know. I'm gonna have a look to see what the reviews are. Like, someone read it on NetGalley and gave it 1 star, 3, like 1. It's interesting that this is a 1 star when it says the romantic tension between them is cute and well done, and it's a cool premise. Maybe it just doesn't execute it well. Another 1 star. Like, I'm nervous now because people that have got it from NetGalley seem to not have great thoughts on it. Oh well, I'm just gonna have to read it and see. It sounds good, so I'm sticking with it as my pre-order. The next book I have here is meant to be released 25th of April, and it is This Delicious Death by Kayla Cunningham, and this sounds awesome. I am down. So it's 4 best friends, 1 music festival, and a cooler filled with human organs. Like, that just hooks you right away. The summer is about to get gory. Jennifer Body's fans will clamour for this new sapphic horror standalone. I mean, love Jennifer's Body, and this is sapphic, so great so far. 3 years ago, the melting of Arctic permafrost released a pathogen of unknown origin in the atmosphere, causing a small percentage of people to undergo a transformation that became known as the hollowing. Those impacted slowly became intolerant to normal food and were only able to gain sustenance by consuming the flesh of other human beings. Those who went without flesh quickly became feral, turning their friends and family. However, scientists were able to create a synthetic version of human meat that would satisfy the hunger of those impacted by the hollowing. As a result, humanity slowly began to return to normal, albeit with lasting fear and distrust for those people they'd projectively dubbed ghouls. Zoe, Celeste, Vera, and Jasmine are all ghouls living in Southern California. As a last hurrah before their graduation, they decide to attend a music festival in the desert. They have a cooler filled with hard seltzer and sin flesh and are ready to party. But on the first night of the festival, Val goes feral and ends up killing and eating a boy. As other festival guests start disappearing around them, this girl soon discover someone is drugging ghouls and making them feral. And if they can't figure out who or how to stop it, no one in the festival is saved. I mean, a pathogen that makes you eat human flesh, but now there's a synthesized version that you can eat to replace the need to eat a human, and these ghouls going about with normal people and have the potential to go feral, and then the mystery of who's drugging them to make them go feral. I'm down. This sounds good, right? This sounds so good. I'm in. I've pre-ordered it. I'm reading it. The next book is meant to be released on the 16th of May, and this is Court of the Undying Seasons by A.M. Strickland, and I guess we're just in another vampire era, because this is the second vampire book that is on this list. And this one sounds just as good. And it has actually a really good rating, even though it's only got 9 ratings so far. I'm excited for this one. In becoming a vampire, I'm less than a girl and more, or maybe I'm becoming what I have always been, deep inside, a blade. When 19-year-old Finn volunteers to take her secret love's place in their village finding, she is terrified. Those who are chosen at the finding are whisked away to the castle Quartzheart, a vampire school where human students either succeed and become vampires, fail and spend the rest of their lives as human thralls, or they don't survive long enough to become either. Finn is determined to forge a different path, learn how to kill the undead and get revenge for her mother, who was taken by a vampire years ago. But Quartzheart is as captivating as it is deadly, and Finn is quickly swept up in the new world and its inhabitants, particularly Gavron, her handsome and hostile vampire maker, whose blood is nothing short of intoxicating. As Finn begins to discover new aspects of her own personality and test her newfound powers, she stumbles across a string of murders that may be connected to a larger ritual, one with potentially lethal consequences for vampires and humans alike. Finn must uncover the truth and find the killer before she loses her life or betrays her own heart. I mean, vampires, trials, a school for them, and a murder mystery plotline. This sounds great. This sounds like a vampire novel, if done well, can be a great vampire novel. And I'm down for that, because I like the vampire, like, trope, if it's done well. And also, I feel like it's like a new genre of vampire tales that are coming out, and I'm excited to see what's done with them. And my final pre-order for the months of January to June is the only one left by Riley Sager. This is due to come out the 20th of June, and this sounds great. I've realised that I'm actually quite a Riley Sager fan. Home Before Dark was a 5-star. The House Across the Lake was a 4.5, I think I gave it. Lock Every Door was a 4. Survive the Night was a 3. That was a bit of a dud. But all the other ones I've read have been hits for me, so it just makes sense to pre-order this book because I've enjoyed his other work. And this one sounds really good because it's like a Lizzie Borden like massacre, so like I'm down. At 17, Lenora Hope hung her sister with a rope. Now reduced to a schoolyard chant, the Hope family murder shocked the Maine coast one bloody night in 1929. While most people assume 17-year-old Nora was responsible, the police were never able to prove it. Other than her denial after the killing, she has never spoken publicly about that night, nor has she set foot outside Hope's End, the cliffside mansion where the massacre occurred. Stabbed her father with a knife, took her mother's happy life. It's now 1983, and home health aide Kit McDreary arrives at a decaying Hope's End to care for Lenora after her previous nurses fled in the middle of the night. In her 70s and confined to a wheelchair, Lenora was rendered mute by a series of strokes and can only communicate with Kit by tapping out sentence on an old typewriter. One night, Lenora uses it to make a tantalizing offer. "I want to tell you everything. It wasn't me," Lenora said, but she's the only one not dead. As Kit helps Lenora write about the events leading to the Hope family massacre, it becomes clear that there's more to the tale than people know. But when new details about her predecessor's departure come to light, Kit starts to suspect that Lenora might not be telling the complete truth, and that the seemingly harmless woman in her care could be far more dangerous than she thought. I mean, I want it. It sounds good. It sounds like a good time. Because I've had such a positive experience with Riley Sager so far, apart from one book, I feel like it just makes sense to order this and hope that it's just another hit for me. And that is the 6 books that I have pre-ordered for the first half of 2023. Let me know in the comments if you're excited for any of these, what your pre-orders are, because I just want these and I want to read them, and I want to try and read them in the month they are released. That is pretty much a goal of mine. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to stay safe, happy and healthy, and I will see you next time. Bye.